Welcome to Storytime from within the Shadow Realm. Warning, not all these stories are for the faint of heart. Tread lightly to what you hear and maybe, just maybe, you will avoid banishment onto the next list of stories to come. Once upon a time, in a sanctuary in the sky, the Lord of Authority passes a law on the forbidden items that have been placed throughout the kingdom, hidden onto those of false power and idolization, testing his followers to believe in him and only him. The Lord tells of warning what is to happen to those that do not heed his warning, tells of banishment from the kingdom, and to never return to the paradise that has been made for his followers. Balance was to be made and kept in the sanctuary in the sky. One of his followers, a maiden with no power, stumbles upon a forbidden lance and is intrigued by the artifact and realizes that there is more to these items than what they lead on to be. Soon after one item is found, she keeps finding the next and the next, one after another. Sadly though, the poor maiden is found out and is only scolded for her actions at the time. The Lord tells the maiden to give up on her ambitions on finding the items because they will only bring more pain and far worse punishment. The maiden's sisters are worried of what has become upon to their sister, looking on from a distance with disbelief, hoping she has learned her lesson. The maiden ignores the warnings and follows her desires to have more, much more. She only hears of the forbidden scripture being held in the home of the Lord. Being unannounced into his home, she sneaks in to steal the scripture. She did not acknowledge that it was a trap set by the Lord to see if she would listen to him. The Lord watched on as the maiden grabbed the scripture with no remorse unto what she has done or has become of her. The Lord sets judgment onto the poor maiden, not knowing what was in store for her or what she has become. The poor maiden was struck down with no remorse from the Lord, from the sanctuary in the sky, and to never return. The maiden being struck down has now condemned her from the sanctuary in the sky. The condemned maiden feels lost and filled with rage, never being able to return or collect forbidden items. The condemned maiden vows to return, but stronger, just only take back what she has found to rightfully claim as hers. Not to mention, overthrow the Lord that has punished her away from her rightful place in the sanctuary. The condemned maiden is confronted by a Dark Lord nurse, which heals her wounds, even goes as far as teaching her powers that she never knew she had in her. The condemned maiden grows stronger over time and slowly becomes a witch. She confided to return to the sanctuary in the sky to get her revenge upon the Lord that has caused so much turmoil for her. Once in the sanctuary in the sky, the condemned witch strikes down the Lord. Unknown unto her, she finds herself collecting the Lord's power and becoming more powerful than she could ever imagine. The condemned witch has now found herself becoming the condemned Dark Lord. What happens next in the story is not yet ready to be told, or maybe, just maybe, the condemned Dark Lord has yet to make her next move.